Hi guys, and welcome back to our best of 3 battler. This week we are going up against one of the UK and Europe's finest VGC players we've had in the actual VGC Championship since it started up. It is the one, the only, Ben Kyriakou. So, we did kick off yesterday with the best of 3 battler. We had game 1 against Ben, and we're going to continue that today going to game 2. We learned a lot of information about Ben's setup, his squad. He's got that Electrium Z on the Xurkitree that's massively threatening. You've got to kind of think that he probably has, well, he does have the Thunder that was revealed late on in game 1. So taking advantage of the Politoed's Rain there with that, and that's going to be hitting super hard. We've got the Salamence for the Bulldoze support, which is interesting. It didn't do much else outside of Bulldoze yesterday. And the Politoed, we didn't really get to see too much from it, you know. It revealed on-call, which was a big problem for our Xurkitree, especially setting up. But just throwing Scalds out, it didn't reveal Protect, interestingly enough, but it was super, super bulky. What else did we see? The Tapu Bulu as well. Didn't really see too much from that, apart from a Wood Hammer, obviously the grassy terrain as well. But I would expect maybe Ben to change things up slightly here. And see if he can adapt a bit more. But I don't know if I really want to switch anything up too much here, because I liked how we approached the match yesterday. Yesterday, which is kind of today still. So I think I want to stick with my Tapu Lele and my Arcanine lead. And I'm going to bring Ninetales and Xurkitree in the back and go exactly the same. We'll go into game 2 and see if we can clinch another win. I don't expect this one to be easier though, by any means. I think this is going to be really difficult. And this is where the mind games start coming in, because both players start to obtain information from game 1. So it's whether or not that player goes for the same play again in the same situation, or does he adjust to play to what may have happened in game 1 into a Protect or something like that. So we are seeing Ben adapt, change his team. So he is bringing in that Politoed, and he does have that Xurkitree there. So what can we see here? And the rain does come on the field. Now, what do I do? Do I... Because I don't really want to leave Arcanine in here. But I don't know where the Z move's going to come out from. I think what I'll do is go for a Calm Mind with Lele, and I'm going to switch in obvious play, get rid of the Rain, get rid of that Thunder threat, and switch Arcanine out for Ninetales. And we might see an Electrium Z into that slot. So there's the Hail coming up. We're going to see the Politoed switch out. Yeah, so Ben's switching that straight out. Playing really well, so you can bring it back in the next turn. And we see the Celesteela come in for Ben. And we're going to see the Z move. We are. Which slot is it going to be into? Okay. And we see Ben here actually bringing the Celesteela to this match. Got a feeling this might be into the Lele. Or maybe not with him bringing the Celesteela in. But it is. Okay. I don't know if we take this. No way. That's like the delete button. So we do lose Lele early on, which is a bit unfortunate. See Xurkitree get a beast boost. But at the same time, we can go for that Tail Glow with our own Xurkitree. We can bring it in now, go for that Tail Glow. I really want to go for the Aurora Veil, but I just feel like the Politoed will come back in. And I mean, one thing I could do is go for the Aurora Veil here. Kind of almost double bluff Ben, because Ben will know that I'll want to go for it, but will I go for it? Because the Politoed is such an obvious switch in at this point. But it's an easy switch in for him. Again, I'm going to go for it. I feel like he might not switch the Politoed in. But he has. He's blatantly switched it in. So we're gonna lose Ninetales here. Completely lose it. Okay, so we go for that Aurora Veil. We should have switched out into the Arcanine, to be honest. We do get a Tail Glow up, which I guess is some bonus along the way, but we are going to just see a Thunder come out. Well and truly losing the Weather Ward though here. Xurkitree just below berry range as well. Now I think I got, what do I do? I could protect. Switch in Arcanine. Yeah, we might have to sack Arcanine here. And then bring in Ninetales, get that Aurora Veil up. I don't know if this is the best idea to do this, really. So there's a Thunder coming out into Xurkitree again, and Scald into the Arcanine. Oh, into Xurkitree. Okay, so we do get a free switch into Arcanine here, but at the same time, we're not in an ideal situation at all. Go for Thunderbolt into the Politoed, but then doing that, probably see the Politoed switch out again, to be honest, so we could potentially double into the Xurkitree. But I'm going to T-Bolt, because by bringing in our Ninetales, it does lower the accuracy of that Thunder, so there is every chance. If he goes for the Thunder with his Xurkitree into ours, it could miss. Whereas the Thunderbolt should kill the Politoed. If it does miss, it will proc our berry as well, so we should get a lot of health back. There's a T-Bolt from our Xurkitree into Politoed. Does pick up the KO. Now it's all about this Thunder here. Does this hit or not? It does hit, unfortunately. It is going to be into our Xurkitree. Yeah. Okay. And this Xurkitree on Ben's side of the field is +2 now. And we don't have too much to combat against it, really. Now we've taken the rain out of the equation, so that is helpful. But at the same time, still don't have a lot of massive offense. Like, we can't take the Celesteela down in one hit. But I am going to have to try. I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz into the Celesteela. Yeah, and I'm going to go for Aurora Veil. So there's a Thunder. Hits again. +2 behind the Aurora Veil. What's it going to do? Ugh, Arcanine just clings on. Okay. We'll probably see a Heavy Slime come out from that Celesteela. Or maybe just a Leech Seed into something. Do get the Flare Blitz off. Do decent damage. So we know on the next turn we'll be able to pick up that KO. Celesteela going for the Heavy Slam. Now, do we take this? No, no way. So that's game now. Okay, so we see the inclusion of Celesteela here. Way better for Ben than that Salamence the last turn. And I think there's a couple of turns there where we kind of just mispredicted a bit. I was probably an oversight more on our behalf than anything else, thinking that Ben would play, maybe looking to play us a bit more than what he did, and us kind of playing into that. And Ben just showing what a good player he is and just playing a solid game to make sure he gets the win there. I will go for a Flare Blitz into Xurkitree here, just in case we see that Thunder miss. We might be able to get a bit more information from this Xurkitree before it does take us down with the Thunder. Oh, so we see the sub come out there from the Xurkitree again. So we could have got rid of the Celesteela there, but I think at this point it's a bit too late for us to make any big comebacks. We are going to break the sub with that Xurkitree, but I think Celesteela here. Just going for a heavy slam. And chipping us right down. And the Xurkitree, well, regardless of what the Xurkitree does this next turn, the Celesteela and the Hail's going to take us down. So, regardless, I'm not going to give anything I don't need to away on this Arcanine just yet. And I'm just going to go for another Flare Blitz into Xurkitree, which will probably just sub again. No, and Ben. No, just protecting here. So we know it's got Thunder, we know it's got Substitute, we know it's got Protect. Now what's its fourth move? We don't know. And this is what makes a really good player, because you're still left guessing going into game 3, which is really something you want to do. If you don't have to reveal any information, sometimes it's not even relevant to use it or reveal it, but you know, sometimes it is. As I say, you could have hidden power ground on there, which could be pretty good if we bring in our Xurkitree at any point, and he's got a couple of beast boosts under his belt. So that is going to be big information going into game 3, but really good games to Ben there, tying up the score. So we're going to take it to a third game, which makes it really exciting. So looking forward to that. We'll be back with that tomorrow, guys. As always, if you've enjoyed today's episode, do leave a like on the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel to stay up to date with all of our content that we have going on at the minute. But we will be back with an episode tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time of day it is. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and I will see you all for our game 3 tomorrow. So until then, guys, bye-bye.